So, in this space, insurance and employee benefits, security and compliance are must haves. We go through some of the most stringent intake security protocols that you can imagine. We've gone through it with really, really large
Yeah,
corporations
both
here.
on the carrier side and on the brokerage side,
Yep.
right?
Yep. But we're also building technology that's advancing very quickly and we're using AI. What are the things that as a company, Plansight is doing to make sure that we stay on that cutting edge of technology, but that we still check all the boxes that need to be checked to make sure that data is secure and that we're meeting SOC 2 and all of the other security requirements?
Yeah, really good question. And I don't want to bore people with a ton of security compliance stuff, but it is critical and it is important. And in working with any service organization and or technology like PlanSite, you've got to ensure that the company you're working for is keeping the data secure and private. Obviously, PlanSite meets the bare minimum requirements. We have a SOC 2 Type 2 certification, both on privacy and data security, not on one or the other. And a lot of companies only have it on one, which is the data security, not so much the privacy side. I mean, it takes a little bit more effort to get the privacy side, but we've always maintained that. And obviously, we go through an annual review on that to maintain that certification. But again, I feel that's the bare minimum
Mhm.
because SOC 2 Type 2 has not updated all their certifications to be able to deal with security on what's happening with these AI agents
Mhm.
and large language models. And yeah, we do use AI, but I think that it's important for users to understand there's a very difference between commercializing and getting an enterprise license, utilizing some large language models where you're taking that model and putting it in your secure box so that when I feed it with information, it can't bleed outside that box. And we have to constantly ensure in that. And so every new AI initiatives, and they're coming out fast. I mean, we're seeing this like Anthropic, holy cow. I mean, that's
Mhm.
been one of the most disruptive things, especially some of the claims that they're saying.
Yep.
I have a lot of portfolio companies in the software world that their values are falling because of some of their claims, which is great. I embrace it. I love it. I love seeing it. But you're right. You have to use this wisely. And here's what I think a lot of brokerages need to understand. You already have team members that are self provisioning some AI agents
Mhm.
and large language models, whether it's chat, whether it's Claude or whatever they're using, or Gemini. I mean, they're already using this to get insights on some of these quotes and proposals and plan documents that are coming in where they're uploading it and saying, can you? And that's not in a secure environment. You know what I mean? Like that is teaching that model and that information is out there. Now, whether these large language models ends up using it or not, we don't know, but you can't let that happen. Like that's a violation of privacy acts. And so, especially when there's census data involved in some of that, but we're very tight on that. We create boxes with encryptions so that even though that we use agents and models inside, they're always inside a secure box. And yeah, we're constantly looking at the new stuff that's coming in because we want to get more and more accurate, more
Mhm.
fast, and more affordable. And we're very deliberate on that. It's something that we're constantly asking. In fact, we were just testing another agent, a large language model, just recently earlier this week, and I that's the first thing I asked my lead architect: is this going to have any impact on what we're doing security wise? And if we don't know that, I don't want it brought in here yet.
Mhm.
And his first question was, well, we've looked into it, but and I don't believe. And I said, well, I need knowledge.
Yep.
So before we do this, I need to know that it's not going to have any implications on information getting out from what we're feeding it. And so we haven't started testing that yet because they're still doing the research to know what controls are brought into this large language solution that we're evaluating right now.